Gonna load the game up. Japan, Martian born. Getting back into the game. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Surviving Mars. Thank you for the follow, D Gamer. Appreciate it. I have some announcements. The first, I want to give a special shout out to Cho GGI. He's a mod author, a very prominent mod author with Surviving Mars. Went ahead and made me a mod that completely removes pausing from the game. I am unable to pause the game. So it is running at 1x speed right now. My spacebar will revert to speed 1, not pause. Trying to reduce speed will not pause it at all. And the pause button on the screen is physically gone and I cannot click it. So it is completely pauseless now. Courtesy of Cho GGI, thank you for doing that. I will link the no pause mod that he made for me in the description of this first YouTube video here, which would be episode 7. I will link it in the description and you can get it yourself if you want to. Just FYI on that. It will make it significantly harder because when crisis happens, you cannot stop the time. You can hit the spacebar and it will immediately go to 1x speed no matter where you are. So if I'm on 3x speed, I hit the spacebar, it goes to 1. If I'm on 2, I hit the spacebar, it goes to 1, etc., etc. But I cannot pause it. So it's just like Prison Architect right now, which is nice. It's cool. Got a question about this game. Can two domes be connected to each other? Indeed they can. Here you go, right there. There you go. It takes up a little bit of resources to make the tunnel. The two domes will share power and water supplies. And it takes up 1 space tile in your dome on each dome. So there's a little bit of a space sacrifice for it. There's also a work proficiency decrease, so a work proficiency penalty. So if they live over here and they work over here, they'll be just a little bit less productive. And that goes for their exercise and their relaxation needs and all that stuff. There's a slight penalty to all of those things if they live in a separate dome and they work, but they can still do it. So there you go. Okay. No, it's built right into the game, not a mod. Okay, so let's see. Where were we? We were dealing with all these tiny little drones, and Spy Games action says it's required. What is this? What is Spy Games doing now? Commander, the entire base is in a state of emergency. Within a few minutes, several disastrous events crippled our colony. All factories broke down at once, so did our energy producers. It looks like this is an act of purposeful sabotage, but there's no assailant to blame. Just vague traces of malicious activity here and there. Commander, there's also one other thing. Agent Sanders is nowhere to be found. Her room has been swept clean, her account emptied. All factories and power producers have malfunctioned. Trish Sanders, you played us all. Trish Sanders, how could you? How could you? Now my power producers don't work. Everything is down. Oh my God, everything needs maintenance. How do I get it back? This building was damaged due to exceptional circumstances. Drones can repair it with 1 polymer. Except for the part where there's no enough power for the drone hub. Oh no. What have you done? Sanders, what have you done? Come back here. Come back here quickly. We must get the power back online. Mastani, get back here. We must get the power back online. Also, there's a rocket here. Carry supplies dispatched to Earth can travel back to Earth when refueled. Is this ready to land? Oh, it's ready to take off. I see. I mean, I like the where the drones are actually, because they can almost get to the hub, so not really get to the hub. Look at all these things. They're standing by because there's... No, they can still operate. They're still kind of operating. Did you guys get this? Yeah, this is on now, right? This one is. This one is on again. And some of these are turning again. So we are getting them fixed. Let's just go to 3x speed really quick. We are getting some of them fixed, but that is a huge disastrous amount of resources we just lost because of that. That's ridiculous. Damn you, Trish Sanders. So they screwed all my power producers were offline. That means all of these had to be repaired. We used resources for all of them. That's nuts. But the drone hub's back online now, so we can get this guy back over here so we can maintain things. Okay, we have how many colonists? 16. We should have quite a few living here, I think. We have nobody living in this. So does that mean there's no babies? Or it means that there are babies who need to be living here? That's what it means. You should be living here. That's where you should be living. All right, so now we need a school. I kind of like don't want to because of the resource cost. Also, I finished the research lab. We're building that now, and we are actually doing some research now. It's only one guy because we don't have a whole lot of colonists, but it's something. So we are getting some of that done. Now, the second thing, the space bar. I want to demolish this. And the reason is, some of you guys noticed in the videos, nobody in the live chat, but somebody in the videos, quite a few people noticed that I didn't have the extra stuff, right? The different buildings that you could go in the domes and the different power production stuff. Like, for example, I didn't have these large wind turbines, right? These ones right here. And they were like, why don't you have those? I don't understand why you don't have those. There was one piece of DLC not active in Steam. I don't know why. It installed Space Race. All the other stuff was active and completely, and it was done. But for some reason, Space Race activated, but the other piece of extra stuff didn't. I forget what mod it is off the top of my head right now, but or what DLC it is. But either way, it wasn't active. Now it is. So I have all that extra stuff. And because I have all that extra stuff, I want to redo how some of this dome is configured. I think one of the things I'm going to do is get rid of this space bar, and I think I might actually get rid of this lake. There are people using it though. I might get rid of this instead, although putting the building that I want to put here next to the kids, probably not the best idea, just for the sake of doing so. I can put it right here though. I think I'll put it right here. So we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of the space bar. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace this building with something else. And we're going to replace it with, if I can find it, the small space bar. Provides rest and relaxation and fancy cocktails. This is a much smaller bar, takes up a lot less space. I thought it was kind of absurd how much space the bar took up. So we can get rid of that now if we want to. We can clear this out. We can do the same thing. We don't need to because this is where the bar is going to be built. So this gives us back some resources, also allows me to build something else in this dome. And I think the thing I want to build in this dome is a school. I need to start making sure that the kids we produce are not idiots. We need to have good, smart kids that can have good traits moving forward as our colony grows. So I think a school is in order. So we're going to put this here. It's going to pop in right there. I have a good supply of polymers. We're really stocked up on electronics. We've got a fair amount of machine parts, but we probably should start manufacturing some. Luckily, we are making some right here with these people in this production building. And we're making a whole bunch of machine parts from the abundance of metals that we're stocking up because of these two automated metal extractors, which is awesome. One of the challenges we're going to have with this map, and somebody pointed this out already, I knew it as soon as I saw it, but I don't necessarily say everything, is that our resources are very spread out. This is wide open. It's very spread out, which means there's a lot of space here where we can put things, but there's not a whole lot of areas where we can get resources to put things or build things. So it's kind of, it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. But that's the whole nature of the challenge. And that's probably one of the reasons why the percentage of this particular map space went up so high, right? This is like 645%. We can queue up these tiles for exploration. That's probably a good idea, so we don't run out. We're scanning places pretty fast. We're getting good scans. I like that. If we can get a tunnel down to this lower area, I'm sure we'll find some more breakthroughs and some more things we can research down in this area. But getting up here, there's clearly stuff up here too, so. But we're gonna have multiple colonies that are kind of like separated from each other. We're gonna have to connect those with tunnels and connect them with shuttle hubs and stuff to bring things back and forth. So we'll have that. Luckily, we're producing a ton of fuel as well. So providing fuel for the shuttle hubs later, it also isn't going to be much of a problem. Now, we have 11 electricity shortfall right now is what it says. 11 power deficit. These are not going to get fixed. I'm not going to fix these. In fact, I think I'm going to break them down because I don't think I need this many sensor towers. I can get half an electronic back for each of these. Let's just have Kit come over here and pick up these resources. Is there no resources available? Maybe the drones have to do it. You know what? It's fine. Kit can come back over here. We'll let Mastani come out here. Mastani can come out here and be like right here. And hopefully just get these resources and bring them over here. If you can. Sit, because I just finished episode 6. Hey man, you didn't miss anything. We basically just started. Welcome to the stream. Alright. So, I think we're providing decent amenities here. What do we have for new buildings? I haven't really looked at it much. We have the living quarter. Half the residential space. Is it half? No, it's less than half. So this takes up 3 tiles worth of space. Provides residence for 14 people. The living quarter provides for 4. So it is more efficient to have these than it is to have 3 of the single ones. Right? Yeah. By 2 people. I'm not sure what it is for comfort and stuff. The maintenance, however, is slightly, ever so slightly. It's going to use more power, but the maintenance cost is ever so slightly less. But it's like so slight. It's a 10th. It's a 10% less. It's not a big deal. Should we get some of this going? I think we should. I think we should get construction of this going and see if we can get anybody working in here. At least one person working in here would make a huge difference, I think. Just to get some rare metals going, you know? So let's get that there. This dome is in position, within this. So we're gonna have research production boosted in this dome. We could also put a research center here later if we want to as well. It will get the same bonuses. This doesn't have the power. Let's have all of you work in this shift. But we still are way inefficient on power. We don't have any more sterling, so we're gonna have to drop this. We're making machine parts. I think we should be able, as long as we're making the machine parts, we should be able to manage the power that comes from this. So maybe we get an addition to this wind farm. And you know what? You know what? No, not the wind. Not wind farm. Let's keep maintaining with the metals because we're getting a ton of metals. Let's get a few more solar panels here. That's not a very efficient way to place that, is it? That's much better. I guess it doesn't really matter. We could put a little one right here. There you go. So these will all get connected. It's metals maintenance, but what I want to do, I think, is we need a backup battery. I think a battery is a great idea. We'll get the power accumulator set up here. And maybe 2 of them, actually. 2 of them is probably a good idea. This is going to obstruct a lot of movement, though. The drones are moving around here a lot. They're not moving through here much. Maybe we put it over here instead. Or we could set it up between... You know what? Let's set it up here. Not there, though. I like these rocks. Do it here. Here and there. And then we'll connect it to power like that. Okay. Get those built. I have a spare drone hub. I do. Oh, well, shit. Well, howdy do. I'm gonna put it over here, actually. Let's put it... You know, if you put them next to each other, it's such a waste of space, though. I know what people are gonna say, and I don't care. if you put 2 drone hubs within reach of each other, then they can service each other when one breaks down. I know. Gonna let the cars do that, though. I know. And you know, and eventually what I might do is, if I have this here, and it's just within space, I can put all the storage I need right here, and they can share those resources. But then later on, if I want to, I'll just pop a drone hub right there next to those resources, and now all 3 of them will connect, So let's put it like this, because I have a feeling I'm gonna put another dome over here. So I'm gonna put it about like this. Like maybe like this. There ought to work. We'll put it there. We get that built. Now we need. Okay, you moved into range here. Did you guys get the resources? Did you get the resources that are in there? Or not? Let's speed up to time. Let's put you here. So there's like a half a resource for each of these things. I get it. Let's just go ahead and fully demolish this. And then we can also salvage this entire line here if we want to. Just to shorten it out. Kind of like that. All right, little drone. Grab this. Bring it over to this. All right, then I think I want this guy. Yeah, it's all broken down now. Good. All right, you get back over here. And then you can help build the drone hub. Oh, the drone hub's already built. Nice. Let's get it hooked up to power then. Like that. And then I think I want to turn the polymer factory building on. Is there, wait, hold on. Is there enough people to work there? That's another important thing. We are going to, I like this. Enthusiast is really nice though. Let's change this to enthusiast. We'll train enthusiast in this little girl here. Morale plus 13, I like it. Look at that. Ah, look at that. Okay. So as we get more kids, they'll get trained in here, or they'll live here, they'll learn here, they'll go out into the workforce, not an idiot, hopefully. Because I can't afford to have idiots. You are an engineer, you need to work in this building. Geologists, you need to work in this building too. This is now operational. Both geologists are working there in the morning. Excellent. They work in alternating shifts. So this one will work in the morning, and then this gets turned on in the afternoon. Excellent. We're going to want rare metal storage. Where is that located? Right here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The drones will take care of it because they're in the area now. That's good. So, do we have any vacant jobs? 10 vacant work slots, but nobody is without jobs. I don't think anybody is unemployed. 0 homeless. Nobody unemployed. 0 homeless. Nobody unemployed. Okay. We just need expansion now. Now it becomes a game of making them as comfortable as possible so they will continue to reproduce babies. That's what it is now. In the meantime, we're also producing a pretty good amount of food. Soil quality 70%. Looking nice. How long am I streaming today? Well, today's stream was going to be divided into 2 parts. I haven't actually decided if I'm doing part 2 yet. So it will be at least 6 hours, potentially 10. Or somewhere between there, but it will be at least 6 hours. And we pretty much just started, so we're in for a long haul if you're just joining us.
Research complete.
Anomaly found. Hello, chicken. Hello. Off we go. Hello, hello. Hello, kitty in space. Oh God, really? All right. So the spare drone hub is now down on the ground, and we're fine. This drone hub handles everything. Now we can have the storage resources, the main big storage resources that we need, and we can make sure that they are stored in a proper place where both drone hubs can reach them. So I'm thinking we do metals depot. Is it right here? Is this where it is? That'll work. So I want all the big depots, a whole bunch of major depots, to be like this. And they can put them here for a variety of reasons whenever the resources are around. The one resource I do not want here is fuel. Do not want fuel next to everything else. Putting fuel next to everything else is a very bad idea. But we can always store fuel somewhere else, maybe off in the distance, like this. It's a little bit far away. Actually, let's move this a little bit further even. We want to move it far away from these resources so it doesn't explode. Rare metals and fuel is not allowed in this universal. Rare metals should not be allowed in any of the universals, actually. Fuel should not be allowed there. Fuel is here, but it's sufficiently away. It's kind of close. Let's move this. We want a fuel depot. Let's put it here. Fuel, as long as it can reach. I think this should probably be fine. There should probably be fine. There's a whole bunch of fuel here. It's kind of in a bad spot. So I'm going to move it over here. Yep. So fuel, let's put it kind of like that. And then we'll take both of these, salvage them, and what they should do is move, all these drones should now move the fuel over to here. So all this stuff becomes fuel for the drones. Yes, 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 all that stuff. Good, good, good. This is a pretty well-oiled machine, but it's moving slow. We're not getting the babies born. We have 17 colonists now, though, including 2 children. So where are the children living? They must be living here. Interesting. Okay, so that's really bizarre. So the kids keep moving here. When they're born in this dome, they move to this residence. That's not what I want. I want them to come over here and live here. Do I need an extra nursery then? It's only 1 concrete maintenance. But I want them to come to school. So if they live in the nursery, will they come through the dome to the other dome to go to school? Will they still do that? You know? I don't know. Sterling generator, we can build our own now. That's good. That's good. Battery optimization. Institute of Science is now available, and storage compression is available. Wow, lots of stuff down here. Martian Patents gives us funding. That's pretty good. Drone assembler would be nice. Drone battery capacity increased by 50% would be kind of cool. We want this. We don't care about that at all. Large water tanks. They take maintenance, right? Or do they? Mass storage. I don't know if they do. Build our own jobs. Sensor towers no longer require power or maintenance. Let's get that on the schedule, because then I can put a whole bunch more sensor towers around the map. New crops? Yeah, probably new crops. Want to make sure the food's good. Interplanetary Breakthrough. This is what I want, though. I want my kids to learn the workaholic trait. I want them to work really, really hard. Put my kids to work. Still nobody jobless, and I don't need to produce polymer, so there's no reason to build this. We have only 1... it's not time to work yet. We have only 1 metals extractor. Or we have only 1 rare metal, and we actually just used it. For what? Oh, wait, we put it on the rocket, right? Yeah, so there's 3 on the rocket. So we're gonna get some money. We have exports now, that's brilliant. It's good. What are we requesting? Machine parts. That's a good request. We're offering metals. 11 hours until somebody decides, until a bozo decides to talk to us. Then I can just place sensor towers wherever I want then. We have a lot of concrete. How much do tunnels cost? Okay. It's the machine parts that I'm worried about there, though. You want rover AI if it's in the science tree. I want a lot of things in the science tree, to be honest. Not just that. You should be assigned to work here, not in the infirmary. You should not be working in the infirmary. Somebody else should be taking that role. Maybe, perhaps somebody with no specialization. Mike Picard. Mike Picard is all grown up. Where do you normally work? The grocer. You're destined to be a medic, I know it. You're destined to be a medic, Mike Picard. There you go. I like it. All right. What else do we have on the map? Anything else?
Sector scanned.
Well, we got another research area. That's kind of nifty. Let's just keep going on this. Actually, let's not do the edges way out here. Let's just focus on this area here. Yeah, like that. This fuel is right next to this. If this blows up, will it ruin my pipe? Desired amount. Maybe we should spread these out in case of a meteor, you know? Stores 180. It currently has 180. If I say store 60 here, make sure you store 60 here. No, not here. Actually salvage this. Store 60 here, 70 here. And then we'll take another one and we'll put it like maybe over here. And we'll say store at least 60 here as well. So this guarantees that our resources are getting spread out in the case of a meteor pummeling my fuel. I like it. And then when we make more fuel, which is way over here, it's not the best situation, but we have flying drones and they're doing a hell of a job. So that part's fine. We do need more dumping sites. That's something we do need. That part is pretty clear right now. So let's get some of the waste rock taken care of as well. Probably gonna need some over here too, yes. More dumping sites needed here. Call it good. Okay, and then we probably need a couple more over here because of this. Cool. Oh, you took away my big rock. No, I like that boulder. I really like that boulder. I think the metal depot is full. No, it's not. No way. It's got another 20 to go in there. It's got another, I don't know, another 100 to go here, 120 to go there. And then we've also got another metal depot there that's barely touched. And we had another one too, somewhere down here. Got another 40 to go or so. So we got plenty of metals. This one's not even storing anything. This one could probably go away, actually. We don't need this one. Well, it'd be nice to have, actually, it'd be nice to have a few down here because we are doing some maintenance. So let's say I want at least 20 to be stored in this depot. So they'll always maintain metals in this depot. That's probably a good idea. This universal one could probably go away. And concrete, ooh, you know what? Let's make sure we always have a good supply of concrete in this area. Let's maybe like make sure there's always 40 here. Polymers, let's make sure there's like maybe 5 here at least. Machine parts, let's do like maybe 5 here at least. Electronics are, yeah, to get in range of this one, we want some electronics in the area. So let's just put at least 5 here. I like that feature, that at least this many thing. That's cool. We could put at least 20 concrete here. It guarantees we always have some sort of maintenance because all the concrete inside the buildings and stuff. That's nice. That's new. They didn't have that before, I don't think. We can also make sure there's a little bit of fuel here. Just in case we need it. When we start doing this, we're going to want to make sure there's always fuel close by. Machine parts, I think same thing. Let's just make sure there's like 10 there. Okay, and then the food can just pile up as high as it wants to. Yeah, same thing with that. Same thing with this. Metals, let's make sure food is also distributed evenly here. Let's make sure there's at least 10 in this depot at all times. On the food as well. So the drones have a lot of things to do now. That's good. I like that boulder. That was a nice boulder. How are we doing with kids? Whoa! We're getting kids now. Hell yes. Yes, yes, yes. Getting composed people. I think I'd rather have enthusiasts here, honestly. I think I'd rather have enthusiasts here. I'm not sure how this works. Does this correspond with the time slot? Or is it just sort of like teaching these guys all of these things all the time? I never quite understood how that was read. We have one building not working. Not enough workers. Well, I'm working on that. We're working on that. We want to get Martian University up pretty soon, which I think
Research complete.
we have interplanetary learning now done too. So let's switch the school from composed to workaholic. Yeah. This is only working one shift because that's all we can afford for people and manpower. Got decent infirmary stuff happening over here though. 32 service comfort versus 20 on this one, so we need more workers. I'm stretched thin, so whatever. 2 other residents here, up to 19 colonists now. 3 of 5 traits, no particular logic. So it doesn't associate what you're saying is it doesn't associate the slot with the time slot. It's just sort of like, these are the 3 things we're teaching, and these guys are gonna get one of these 3 things. I can dig that. Can't do Martian education. What I need is I need an electronics manufacturing. Electronics factory. The only way I can get this is to get micro manufacturing or to import the prefab. If I can get this and just drop this down anywhere, probably in another dome. Did I leave room? Right here. We'll have this dome connect this way. And then we're probably going to want to move the space bar again. Maybe move it over here or over there. And then have another tunnel that goes this way. So we can have all 3 of these connected. Or do we just do this? That seems... I don't know if I like that. If I can, I'd like them to be all connected. I have a plan for how I want this to eventually be, but I'm not sure where I'm going to do that. Probably over here because of all the water, though. There's a lot of rare metals over here, too. There's a lot of rare metals over here. This might be the center. This might be where the city center will end up being. This is where we start, but we'll eventually have, I think, this be, like, the main area, you know? So there is some research down here. There is some stuff, and this is a breakthrough, so we're gonna want to get that as soon as possible. 20 colonists now. Still nobody's unemployed, so there's no reason to open this yet. We don't need it. Got a lot of people working here. I would like to have more of these. Like, I would like to have machine parts being more reliably generated. And I'd love to have more exports too. How are we doing on that, by the way? Okay, 7 out of 30, not bad. If I can get a full rocket, what is that? A full rocket is like 500 million, right? I don't think that's quite enough to, that's not quite enough to get a electronics factory prefab, but it doesn't let me see the price until the rocket's back home. I could left the rocket back home right now. I could bring it back. It's not that big of a deal. We're just stockpiling tons of fuel right now. I mean, look at this. Like, we have fuel we have fuel for days. Can we get shuttle hubs? Because if so, I can start building other places. This could be a good thing to have. More power. Let's put that on the research queue. We have a 16 surplus in power during the night, which is fantastic. During the day, though, I believe we run a deficit. No, we're actually running we're actually very power positive.
Dust storm approaching.
Which means these things are full. Outstanding. We're now going to lose all the solar panels because of the dust storm. How's our oxygen looking? Everything's full. Awesome. We're not using vaporators yet. Moisture vaporators, we're water neutral. We're producing exactly what we need at 4.5, and this can produce 5 maximum. So we still have a little bit of pace to go on that too. And a fair amount, though. We are going to want to start using the atmosphere a bit more. We're going to want to start using moisture vapors pretty soon, I think, because we don't want to drain that well. Because that's like the only source of water we have on this entire area. We do not want to drain that well. Not at least not until we have tunnel systems set up to where we can share the water resources on this side. So even though we're good, we don't want to get in a situation where this is starting to run dry. So I'm thinking after this dust storm, I'm probably going to start laying down a few vaporators. And I might even invest in another water tower. I might put another one like right here. Within range of the heater, of course. Or like really anywhere. I just don't want it to obstruct drones. I could get rid of all these boulders. Put another one like here. Store more water, just in case. It doesn't really matter though. Charlie, how do you bring people to the other side of the map? We transport them with shuttle hubs. That's why we need to get shuttle hubs. So basically I would set up a dome over here, provide all the stuff, have, you know, the drones are kind of autonomous. We're setting up an autonomous base, kind of like starting over, really. We would set up another base like before we had colonists, and they would be all self-sufficient over here and closed loop with, you know, power and whatever. Then we drop a dome, put the buildings in place, and when we're full over here, there's going to be a demand to move out. We'll have shuttle hubs, take them to over here. Then we start populating this area with people, and we just keep expanding from there. That's the idea. But it's going to be slow. This is not going to be a fast playthrough because we have Last Ark. We can't bring any more people. The base will expand as fast as these guys stay comfortable. These guys want more shopping for comfort. You're going to consume. I don't want to drop smaller stores. This will dramatically increase. But if I drop a small art store, I have to have people working in this all the time. And this will consume water. So when I turn this on, that's when I think I need another tank. And that's when we're also going to drop the vaporators too. These large wind turbines, so I've looked at it like trying to figure out the balance between things. And the small wind turbine is 0.5 on maintenance, produces 10 power, takes 4 concrete and 1 machine part to build. So this is going to produce, and at our elevation, it will have a 42% elevation boost. This one takes 8 concrete, 2 machine parts to build, has a full machine part for maintenance, and produces 10 power. It is exactly double in every way from the large turbine. Also has 42% elevation boost. So if people are saying, why aren't you, if anyone says in this playthrough, why aren't you building the big ones? It doesn't matter. Having two of these is the same as having one of those. However, I think, personal opinion, I think having 2 of these is better than having 1 of those. 2 reasons. 1, I can fit these in tighter proximity to each other because these, you cannot rotate them. This is the orientation they will be in. I can't rotate them. The second thing is, for maintenance cycles, if this needs maintenance because it breaks down, I lose 10 power off the grid. But when one of these breaks down, I lose half that. And we can alternate their maintenance schedule so that one of them is online at any given time. So I like these little ones more than the big one because I have more flexibility and there's a bit more safety net in them, in my opinion, because it's half and half instead of having all your eggs in that one basket. That's how I would see it. But I do admit these do look cooler, and if you could rotate them, I don't know why it doesn't allow you to do that, but I guess because they want to orient towards where the wind is going, so they say the wind is going that way, so that's why you can't. But if I could orient these to where they could like go in a grid with each other like these are, then it would be completely different. Power leak detected. Cable fault. So cables do fault. We're losing 27 power an hour. However, both of the domes can run off of these batteries. So what I probably should do is put in a power switch right there. And we have power producers here on this side as well as this side. So we could probably put in another power switch maybe here in case something over here breaks down, because all this stuff is connected. And let's say there's a leak over on this side. We could always put in a power switch over here. And maybe one more. Never mind. Building clogged. I don't like dust. It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere. That's great. That's great. One of our buildings has stopped working. A fuel refinery. It looks like the fine dust from the storm has filed away a key component of the power supply. The repair task is too complex for a drone. That's interesting. Send a colonist, they may get hurt. We'll fix it after the storm. Fuel refinery will be disbanded. That's not a big deal. Have the drones replace the entire component. Ugh! I don't want to spend the electronics, no. If we had the inventor, this could be, oh, that's cool. So, the specialist that you choose at the beginning of the game actually has some sort of meaning outside of, if we had inventor, it would say, step aside, I know regular expressions. Use your expertise to fix the fuel refinery remotely. And so we wouldn't have to do anything. We wouldn't have to spend any resources and it would just get fixed. Oh, inventor just became much better. That's cool. I wonder what the other people have. Okay, well, we'll fix it after the storm because I'm totally not going to do this. So, fuel refinery. That's the least consequential building ever. We're just going to shut it down, actually, because it's going to have a regular maintenance cycle here, too. And we're okay on concrete for a while. Let's delay the maintenance on this. Let's make sure none of these guys are going to do that maintenance. Because some of these guys will be, like, on their way to maintain it, maybe. We can delay the maintenance on that. This one was just maintained, it's fine. So we're dealing with a 2 deficit on our oxygen. But we only have 22 hours left in the dust storm, so we are totally fine. All right, cool.